producer Black Eyed Peas, and you are watching Jross-tv.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Jross, hanging out with Keith Harris of the Black Eyed Peas. Y'all in town for the hit tonight at the where y'all at? Scott Trade Center, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Boy, I've been sitting there having a lively conversation with this cat here, y'all. He's deep as I don't know what. But before we go there though, just kind of like to go in the background, get a little information from him and how he started, what made you want to be a drummer, and why you choose Berkeley.
Well, what made me want to be a drummer? I started playing, what is it now? I think it was 24 years ago. Started in Chicago on the south side at New Friendship Missionary Baptist Church. 844 West 71st Street, where the Honorable Reverend Dr. Edwin Simmons is pastor. Yes, sir. Now, I learned how to play there, and my biggest hero at that time was Henry Jones. He used to play for the Soul Children back in the day. Really awesome drummer. And I used to watch him when I was a kid growing up, and he never gave me a lesson. I just learned by watching, and just took that he gave me. Went to high school, went to Curie High School for performing arts. Learned how to read music, learned how to do the drumming and the mallets and the timpani, and really got into the orchestration of drums and just music in general. And then after that, after high school, went to Berkeley and majored in music production and engineering. Went there in 1994 through 1998, and got the Black Eyed Peas gig 2003. And I've been with Black Eyed Peas for 7 years now and counting, and been touring for 7 years and counting.
Praise God.
Yes, sir.
Hey, but let me ask you this now. You say you learn how to read music. Do you find that to be, well, start off at an earlier age, was it important then, or is it more important now?
It's a little bit of both, but I do have an A and B side to it. It was definitely important back then because a lot of the stuff that I had to do, especially for college and all that stuff, really required me to know how to read and, you know, how to notate and dictate drums and piano and all that stuff. And it definitely helped me for actually being a producer in the studio at Berkeley. You know, I used to have to arrange horn charts and all that good stuff and do string arrangements so I could do it without a piano because I knew what I was doing. So it definitely came in handy, more so now because of the type of music that I'm producing, which is pop, hip-hop, R&B stuff. It's not really necessary to have to read, but the knowledge and having the access to the knowledge is why you should have it, because you can recall it when you have to.
So, but like I noticed, like now, a lot of the young cats coming up, they don't get off into stuff like that. It's more about just playing what they feel and finding the groove inside of a song.
I think the reason why, because a lot of cats are lazy. Because it requires discipline, and it requires you to have to study something that you normally don't get naturally. That's why a lot of cats don't do it. I mean, I was excited about doing it because, like I used to talk with Calvin Rogers. He's like, yo, Calvin, man, you got to learn how to read. You got to get that left hand strong. Because why? It makes you a strong musician. It makes you that much more qualified for a job that the next man can't do. So, say for instance, you got this bad drummer, blah, 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 blah. He can play the chops, he can do all the stuff, but hey, they need somebody last minute to do the Tonight Show, the Jay Leno show. We're going to put up some charts so you can do this rehearsal, this 1 hour rehearsal, and then record the show. They really don't care about how you feel or the best feeling of your chops and all the stuff you can play. It's about doing the job that you're required to do, and that's why you got to have both sides. Feeling is great. It's only going to take you till so far, and then the music and the expertise that you know as a musician, a world-class musician, would take you to a whole nother level.
Oh yeah?
I think so.
Okay, so like now you traveled all over the world many a times. What are some of the pitfalls that you can warn young drummers, young bassists, just young musicians in period trying to get where you are? What's some of the pitfalls of traveling?
I think some of the pitfalls are, especially for young people that's trying, first of all, let's even rewind to that. The pitfalls are, first of all, know who you are.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What I mean by that is before you become in a successful situation, you have to know who you are on the inside. You know, a lot of things and a lot of situations on the road kind of test your manhood and your stability and your foundation of everything you've ever been taught and everything you've ever been raised to believe. So there I would say on, especially with my gig and just being able to travel a lot, there isn't a guardian, this person here that's like, yo, don't do this, don't do that. So that's why I say you have to know who you are. You have to know what your boundaries are. You got to know where you stand as a man or a young woman or whatever have you, because people will test you. And those tests can either make you or break you. So that's the first thing. The second thing I would say is just really appreciate the time that you do have on the road. And just appreciate the time that you have practicing and networking with your fellow musicians. Because as for myself, I see a lot of my friends on the road, but a lot of times I don't. I haven't practiced a drum in about 7 years. Why? Because I'm working all the time. And sometimes I don't want to touch a drum, I don't want to hear a drum, I don't want to hear no music, because I'm doing it all the time. And that's what I've asked for. That's my blessing. So believe me, I really thank God for that. But like I said, you got to appreciate the times, the shared times with your homies in the drum circle, or just those times where you're learning and shedding CDs and all that stuff. I put in my time, you know, studying when I was in high school and in college, and it prepared me for this gig. Now, don't expect, if you don't practice your craft and your skills on all levels, not just the chop side, not just the playing what you feel side, but all levels of it. The how to relate to a musician in a group, how to do solos, when to play, when not to play. All of those things is what you have to practice in order to prepare you for the big gigs. And like I said, now I don't even have to solo no more. What's a solo? Who cares? Nobody cares anymore. They want to dance. My gig, people don't care about no drum solo. They just want to dance. And that's my job. I'm the drummer.